Welcome, this is Master Prophet Noel teaching you The Laws of Creation, Keys to Success, Volume 1 and 2 CD set. In this course, you will learn the hidden secrets to the wealth you desire lies in your ability to create. We will continue with today's teaching, The Laws of Creation, Keys to Success, Volume 1 and 2 CD set. We'll be right back with today's teaching. The Laws of Creation, Keys to Success. Number 1. Creation will free you from the rise of economic slavery. The mind of economic slavery is on the rise in America. Now, millions of Americans are working in jobs for greedy business owners looking to enslave them. By giving them a low wage, no medical, dental, or retirement benefits, and forcing them to work long and hard hours, economic slavery is on the rise in America. Now, many historians say that slavery began in the 1600s, with majority of slaves being black held captive by white slave owners who used them as laborers and used many brainwashing techniques to control the masses. For many years, black slaves worked endless hours in plantations and cotton fields to increase the wealth of greedy white slave owners that used religion and mental manipulation to oppress the poor. Now, history teaches us that in 1863, President Abraham Lincoln signed a law called Emancipation Proclamation, which freed the slaves held in Confederate states. This law became the spark that started the movement worldwide to free black slaves from their white slave owners. I believe that freeing the black slaves was more of a business decision to the greedy white slave owners than a spiritual one, so many people believe. Let me explain. In the 1800s, many greedy white slave owners began to unite and speak of the difficulty caused of maintaining slaves. Each slave must be fed, clothed, and provided medical assistance to maintain a steady worker that could generate their owner wealth. The cost of maintaining a slave was high, and the dangers of runaways was even higher. In this meeting, these powerful white slave owners realized that the concept of slavery must be changed in order for the wealthy to be competitive to growing competition worldwide. The wealthy white slave owners agreed to free the slaves with a hidden agenda of enslaving them again without the high cost of feeding them, clothing them, and providing medical and dental assistance. They introduced a new form of slavery called economic slavery. Think about it. Every time you work at a job that does not want to provide you medical, dental, and retirement benefits or vacation time, forcing you to work hard hours for low pay, remember this teaching. Economic slavery is on the rise in America. Now listen to this prophecy I gave to this caller that revealed the creation of a book that he would bring forth and the results of that prophecy. Listen closely to this prophecy.
What the word of the prophet will say, Jesse, is that God is going to start moving you to make powerful decisions. This is going to be a year of decisions where it's going to be between you and God. And I want you to make a decision because God is going to start to plant some things in your heart that you need to follow up with that maybe not everyone in your family is going to understand. They're not going to really appreciate, but you need to follow the unction of God that has in your heart. Some of the things that God is telling me that is going to deal with you, Jesse, is that I want you to contemplate that for 2010, you and your wife visiting the homeless shelters. And God wants you to contemplate visiting the homeless shelter, giving some sandwiches, giving some foods, because this will be a great way for you to continue with your movement with ministry, and also give you opportunities to meet people when as you start your ministry. So I want you to contemplate, because the opportunities are going to start to appear in your life when you could give some food, and you just go to your local shelter, give some food, tell them about God and things like that. Also, I want you to also keep in mind, you're going to make an important decision about what you're going to do for 2010. Now, let me just tell you some things that you're contemplating that God is going to start to put in your heart. Be very careful because you're going to make a decision that has to do with moving to a closer ministry. And it's going to be something that you're going to be contemplating because there's a ministry there you got your eyes on. Do you understand what the prophet is saying? And it's going to be something that you're going to contemplate because you want to enjoy that ministry. You want to be a part of that ministry. But what I want you to keep in mind, there's nothing wrong with you enjoying the ministry and being blessed. But I want you to keep in mind, Jesse, that you have to start your own ministry because you have to be very careful that a lot of ministers, they'll try to put you under their ministry and they'll siphon your growth. They'll siphon what God has called you to do. So have you and your wife been talking about maybe moving and getting closer to a recognized ministry that you guys got your eyes on?
Yes, we've been contemplating moving, and we were saying, we were going to fellowship, when we talked about that too, we would fellowship with other churches, but I remember what you said a while back, and we talked about, not getting too caught up.
Yes.
With other ministry because of that same thing.
Yeah, because what happens, Jesse, this is what happens. When ministers see your giftedness, when they see your potential, what they'll do is they'll bring you into their ministry and they'll siphon your growth. They'll stagnate the gifts and your abilities. And I've seen this happen to many, many people. That's why I try to tell people that you can enjoy other people's ministries, but you have to grow. You have to start your own. Because I got a guy. Let me give you an example. I got a guy named Danny that started with me when I first started my ministry. And I prophesied to him that he needed to get out of this certain church. He didn't want to listen to me. He said, no, prophet, they're going to make me a minister. They're going to ordain me. And I kept telling him that that's not their intentions. Their intention is just to keep you to sit down and you to come pay tithes.
Right, exactly.
And let me tell you, several years later, Jesse, I just saw him the other day, and he's still stuck in the same place. And the first thing I asked him was, are you in ministry yet? Do you have your ordination? And he tells me, prophet, he's still at the same place.
Wow.
And we don't want that for you. We want you to take over the world, you and your wife, and we want you guys to make some decisions. Now, God is going to start to put in your heart, Jesse, 1 year. God, you're going to start to see that God is going to make a commitment to you that he's asking 1 year from you, Jesse, 1 year. And in this year of 2010, you have to give him this 1 year so that you can see the movement of God in your life. Because what God is going to do, Jesse, he's going to start to move you to do other things. I know you have plans for 2010. You were thinking about law school, but God keeps saying 1 year. Give him 1 year. Because in this 1 year, Jesse, he's going to move you in so many directions, and it's going to show you that your dependency is not on money or physical opportunities. Your dependency is going to be on God. He's going to move you in this 1 year, 2010. You're going to go with your wife. You're going forward. You're going to continue to work, and then God is going to start to cause new events that are going to start to appear in your life, and it's all going to be in the promise of 1 year. And Jesse, I want you to also keep in mind, I want you to continue to look for your angels. Your angels are gonna, as I was praying for you, your angels keep dealing with me that you need to continue to connect. You need to continue to connect because you're desiring them and they're desiring you, and you need to continue to learn. You need to continue to grow because you're gonna operate your ministry, and you're gonna be like a crossing over, like a vampire, and you want to continue to connect with your angels and be sensitive so that when you're standing in front of people, you can operate in that gift. Do you have any questions for the prophet?
Wow, that's accurate. It's funny you mentioned the thing about the homeless shelter because I had to go for work purposes. I had to go and deliver food to the homeless shelter 4 times in 1 week. The battered women's shelter.
Beautiful.
During the Thanksgiving holidays, and me and the owner got to talking, and I got to meet some of the people. So
beautiful.
About the moving situation, that's so true because my wife and I were getting ready to move to Atlanta.
Yes.
At the end of this month, and the Lord's really been dealing with me about the prophetic. I'm having dreams, and when you prophesied to me a while back that it was going to start dealing with me.
Yes.
When she gave me that one word, up until then, my wife laughed. Every night I tell her about this person I prophesied to in my dream.